It is Monday, January the 16th, 2023. I am James, you are you, and we are here, and it is currently 10 minutes past the 9 o'clock hour. Feels like the old days when we would advertise a 9 p.m. start. We'd start anywhere in between 10 after and quarter after. We've gotten better, anywhere in between 5 or 7 after. We've been having some minor technical difficulties, and this is what I'd like to say about that. We all thought 2020 was crazy. Here comes 2023 with a hold my beer. Anyways, we're going to get right into it. We have got a very special edition of tonight's show. You love them. I love them. We all love them. They are a technical director's dream. It is a panel episode tonight, and the topic is you tell us what to talk about. We posed the question on our crappy Instagram account, and you answered about a dozen topics for us to discuss, which will most certainly take up an hour of discussion. Why wait? We will wait no longer. Let us welcome tonight's guests. Please welcome the at-home You Tell Us What to Talk About panelists. Guys, we're here. We've done it. We've made it. I want to start right off the hop. Back for the first time in such a long time. It is the one and the only legend of at-home, Racquel Belmonte. Racquel, welcome back.
Thank you for having me. And first dab of 2023.
I
That's
love
not
that
true.
so much.
First dab on the show.
I'm in the midst of bringing back Hold My Beer. You're bringing dabbing back.
Hell yeah.
I love it. Let's keep it going with future legend of the show, building a lot of equity here. It's Sarah Ellis. Sarah, welcome back. First time in 23. How are you feeling this evening?
Very good. Ready to talk about whatever the people want to hear about.
You always have such crisp audio, and I love it.
Thank you.
So clean. And finally, another legend on the Mount Rushmore of the at-home world. It's Joe Conto. Joe, welcome back.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you.
Anytime both Joe and Racquel are on, I'm reminded of the first time you met on this show, Joe, when you regaled us with a story about how you were walking down the street and you saw through Venetian blinds a very well-known celebrity having oral sex performed on them.
I tell that story to everyone. I will tell my kids and grandchildren this. Yeah, I'll never forget it.
Well, I tell you what it has taught me is double check your Venetian blinds, y'all.
That sounds like it could be the title of an erotic novel.
With the y'all
I think so. It feels very erotic to me. Yeah, you have to add the y'all at the end. Double check your Venetian blinds, y'all.
Yeah.
But I tell you, it put me in a really weird position. Have you ever felt like a perv when you weren't being a perv at all, but you thought, I feel like a perv?
I think we should begin with this. We're going to get ourselves kind of acclimated to a group discussion. We're going to start with that. Have you ever felt like a perv when you weren't? What was the way that you phrased it, Joe?
Have you ever found yourself doing something that made you feel like, oh, I think this is what a perv would do, but I'm not a perv, but I bet from the outside I look like a perv.
May I go first? I have two.
You may. Yeah, you may.
Okay, so you know how there's the space between the door and then the other, another piece of something when you go in a public washroom?
Yep.
Sometimes they're just a little bit too wide, and that's not my fault. I'm not an engineer. I'm not a builder. I'm a hot woman. I don't touch things, but I do sometimes look, and it's an accident. Okay, so that's number one. And I'm always and when you make eye contact with them or you look at their underwear by accident, it's weird.
Wait, you make eye contact through the crevasse?
Yes.
Into the open bathroom area, right? Not into the next stall.
Yeah, yes. If I'm walking in the open bathroom area, I can see into the stall, and it's just too intimate.
I would love to experience a reality where both Joe and Racquel are in adjacent stalls and they're looking at each other, both feeling like perverts.
Yes. For science. My other thing.
Yes, in the name of science.
My other thing. Only. And I might get canceled.
I would have to record it, you understand.
Yeah. And we'd have to watch it over and over again. So this next thing I might get
we're gonna stream it on the show.
The other pervert thing I did was I looked, so Chris Evans had a dick pic leaked, and I Googled it for too long until I realized that's not okay. But I want to.
Did you find it?
He didn't send it to Racquel, right?
He didn't send it to me, which fucking sucked. I deserved one.
Did you find it though?
Yeah.
No,
did you find it and did you look?
I looked, couldn't find anything, saw a lot of other dicks in the process, but that was my punishment, I guess. But no, I didn't find it. However, a friend sent it to me. Not sent it to me, a friend showed me when we were at work.
A friend distributed it to you.
Exactly.
I think that's perfectly acceptable behavior.
Yeah.
I should
Show Chris
know.
Evans' dick at work.
Yeah.
Tell others.
Sarah, let's go to you. Let's round it out. Accidental pervert behavior. This is a great topic.
Yeah, probably when I used to live downtown, I had neighbors upstairs who were very loudly, they would have sex so loud, it would
Vigorous.
very, very intense. And they had like a headboard, and it was just it was so loud, it was comical. So at one point I recorded it. So I could like show my friends. Yeah, so I could share it with my friends and be like, listen to how ridiculous this is.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, Racquel is thinking, I hope that audio file still exists. I'd love to listen to it.
I'm thinking, I hope it wasn't me. Where do you
know? This is interesting because I feel like
Downtown
Racquel,
Montreal.
on some level, you might think, oh, I hope it was me.
Send it to me.
Yeah. All right. Now, that might be the spiciest topic that we have tonight. Again, we pose the question to the people who follow us on the internet about what we should be talking about. There's a series of topics, and I will preface by saying they get a little bit spicy throughout. We're going to go to the first one. I think it's a very nice way to start because I think it could additionally be spicy, but not in the way that Joe's was. First question, first topic, is lasagna really that good?
Yeah.
Racquel, I want to go to you as our resident Italian person.
Okay, I think that's a silly fucking question. Yes, lasagna is amazing. It's like cake but pasta.
Mm-hmm.
You can have, it's possible to have really bad lasagna, and I feel
Yeah.
bad for those who do, and I feel bad for those who have only ever had that. But
I want to jump in here because this is something that people often say, oh yeah, it's good, but when it's bad, it's really bad. We can say that about, like, I've had terrible hamburgers. I've had terrible sandwiches that are slathered in mayonnaise.
Ugh.
I agree with Racquel. Not only do I love Italian food, I love lasagna, and I had one last night and thoroughly enjoyed it.
Where did you have it? Where did you have it, please?
I bought one of the lasagnas from one of the Italian shops in the Atwater Market, the ones that are like homemade
good, huh?
in-house. I loved it. The sauce is exactly what I wanted it to be. And I will say the noodles, not too thick, which I really enjoyed. I thoroughly
Real
enjoyed
thin,
that.
and more of them, right?
Yes, thin
Yeah.
and more. Now, Joe, I want to go to you. When I asked, is it really that good? It felt like you were about to say, no, it isn't.
Here's the reason why.
Yeah.
I grew up on 11 Brown Street, right? Malone, New York. And my mom was a lot of things positive, but she was not a great cook outside of maybe 5. She could put together 5 real good meals, but everything else was kind of a struggle. And we didn't have a lot of money, so she would make pasta, but she would make it like like busy mom pasta.
Yep.
So now, Racquel, I'm almost going to tell this because I think it might upset. What I'm going to tell you is going to be upsetting.
I just won't tell my nonna. She's the one who's going to be
Do not tell your nonna.
No.
Lasagna noodles were used. Store brand, whatever. The jarred sauce was ragu, which is tough. The ricotta cheese.
Joe, just take a breath if you need to at any moment. I can tell you this is bringing back a lot of memories.
The ricotta cheese was cottage cheese.
So it wasn't ricotta.
It was just
it was not
It was good.
ricotta
It's not
cheese.
So instead of that layer that's like ricotta cheese and egg and mozzarella. No, it was large curd cottage cheese.
Now, Joe, I will say, coming in from the chat from legendary viewer High Score Run, they write, my mouth is watering.
Oh,
and I'll put this out there. This might be controversial. I actually don't want ricotta cheese in my lasagna. I would rather without.
You don't want cottage cheese, though.
No, I don't. I do not want cottage cheese. If I had to pick between cottage cheese or ricotta cheese, it would be the latter.
And there would be a very quite a layer of, that Kraft Parmesan cheese in that green can.
yes.
I will say that I do like it.
I
do
our
like
Parmesan cheese. So this was a tough lasagna. And
Joe, we all grew up with the
It would come out
Parmesan.
as a square, but as soon as they hit your plate, every noodle would. Did you ever try to stack something slippery?
Yeah, I felt like a pervert afterwards by accident.
Ah.
You know what I mean? Like a number of things that were all slippery, and then like and they all kind of go in their different directions.
What are you
so you get this
that's slippery?
A lot of things.
Condoms?
Okay. No. I'll tell you what. I was working.
It's 2023. We don't use condoms. Sorry,
but 2023. Hold my beer.
Oh God, sorry.
No. Listen, I had to stack just last week. I had to stack a set of T-shirts, but they were each wrapped in plastic separately, because they were going from place to place because we were selling merchandise for this big event that's happening in Lake Placid right now, the Winter World University Games, right? So I had to stack those, and they kept slipping. I couldn't just move them from one place to another.
And to boot, they were covered in Kraft Parmesan. Also coming in from the chat, Joe, you've got some support here from Thomas Barnwell. The slippery stack. Oh, baby.
I'm going to come stack actually
after you.
Go ahead.
No.
Oh, just say the slippery stack sounds like something that's kind of delicious on a like when you know one of those hipster breakfast places.
I thought IHOP, the slippery stack.
Okay. Yeah. Means there's lots of butter.
Got it. Let's Sarah, let's round it out with you. Is lasagna really that good? You're the swing vote here.
I think it is, because if you were more into savory food than sweet food, it could double as like a birthday cake, like a sheet cake, and everyone could get a slice of lasagna.
So you're telling me instead of a cake, people come out with candles stuck in the lasagna, and you make a wish blowing into the birthday lasagna.
Yeah, wish into your lasagna.
Try the new Baskin and Robbins lasagna cake.
Yeah.
Racquel, what do you think about that? Replacing a birthday cake with a lasagna?
Would you be surprised if I told you I've done that?
I would not be. Tell us a little bit about it.
Here's the thing. When people ask you what's your favorite kind of birthday cake, you can't just say it's lasagna. People think you're crazy. That's been my favorite birthday cake. Like as a joke, I remember my mom did that. She put a candle in, and then for an ex a while ago, I did the same thing. And it was amazing. I was like, this is my kind of birthday cake. I agree.
Oh, that's interesting. James, if you had to substitute birthday cake with something that, set up like a piece of cake, either triangular, tall, or sheet cake, or even a cupcake, what would it be?
And we're saying it can't be a dessert?
No. It's a non-dessert.
It's a non-dessert.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know if there's just a recency bias. I feel like my answer would have been a lasagna because it's a food that replicates a what about a meat pie?
Okay.
You say, well, you asked me my answer. I gave you yes, and you told me no.
I said, what do you want instead of cake? So you're telling me pie.
No, a meat pie.
Like a tortilla.
Yeah, a tortilla.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. That's pie, that's not cake. By definition, that's pie.
So wait, what's the question? I thought it was just
layered.
A layered item. Okay.
It was dumb.
That's not dumb. Joe, don't talk about your question like that. It was a beautiful question.
No, Racquel, I think let him have it. It was dumb. I also want to say for the record that Racquel mentioned that in 2023 we don't wear condoms anymore. I was about to come in and say shepherd's pie, but I guess I can't answer that either, Joe.
What I would like? What? I just realized it. Say that you made a whole series of what are those called? Smash burgers, because I love a smash burger. Real thin burger with stuff, burger with stuff, burger with stuff, burger with stuff. Give me a wedge of that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, that sounds cool. Bad. Or what about a 7-layer dip?
That counts, right?
Yep.
Let's move on to our next topic. Now, this isn't a question. It's literally just a topic, and the topic is cowboy boots. Sarah, I want to start with you. Now, when you hear cowboy boots, do you think I like them, I dislike them, I've worn them, anything at all? Cowboy boots.
I tried on a pair when I went to Texas to visit some family when I was in my early 20s.
Yep.
It didn't feel right for me.
Yeah,
but I love the look.
I can't picture you in cowboy boots knowing you as I do now. Seems very out of character.
It was. I didn't feel comfortable in them. Like I felt like a fraud.
Okay, so there's a bit of like an imposter complex wearing cowboy boots.
Yeah, but I love
Good
them.
for
I
you,
think they're
though.
beautiful, and the workmanship is generally
That is
very
true.
pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Racquel, let's go to you. Have you ever worn cowboy boots for some type of outfit or a square dance?
Uh I remember very vividly when I was very little, I had a pair of pink cowboy boots. They weren't real like cowboy boots, but they had a sparkly star on them. I do have a traumatizing story about my father wearing cowboy boots for too long, and
Please.
they were
Yep.
like high, like knee-high cowboy boots. He bought them in Las Vegas
Mm-hmm.
when we were like, I want to say I was like 8, and he wore them up until like we were in high school. And they were disgusting. They were too high. Like they literally, he would wear his jeans over them at one point, but like they went up to his knees. They were gross, and they had little metal toes, and they were pointy, and they were snake skin. And
Nice.
I'd cry if he wore them to like a school, like a meeting, like a, what's it called, where you,
Yeah, like a
like
PTA
parent-teacher
meeting or
meeting.
parent-teacher night. Did he ever wear the jeans on the inside?
Yeah, he did when he
Nice.
first bought them. Honestly, my dad shouldn't ever be allowed back in Las Vegas.
What did your mom think of them? Did you find them hot?
I'm sure she did at one point. I don't know what she's into. She's a bag of...
Raquel, this is what I want to do.
Okay.
Are your parents awake right now?
They must be.
Would you be able to send your mom a text message saying, do you remember when dad had those cowboy boots? And if so, did you think they were attractive? Did they do it for you?
Okay, I'm doing that right now.
Yeah.
Lol.
As Raquel does that, Joe, let's go to you. You also spent time in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You're a bit of a globetrotter. You ever spend time wearing cowboy boots or have any opinion?
No, I don't. I've never. I just want to ask Raquel's dad a question. I'm wondering if he was actually Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman.
I wish, but there's no confirmation or no proof he's not. So
exactly. I'm just saying. I've never seen them in the same place at the same time. No, I can't. I can't fit into a cowboy boot because I have a Fred Flintstone quality to me in a way, and right down to my feet. So I don't think I could engineer that somehow, unless they zipped up the side, which I
would pray to God as a non-religious man that we get you a pair of zip up cowboy boots like a little kid would zip up their winter boots.
It's not a thing. Though I'll tell you what, I do believe that there's probably a lot of men my age who have sort of, I don't want to say fetish, but have a thing for these things from the 70s called fry boots.
Okay.
Does that mean anything to anybody?
Yeah.
No, not offhand.
They were a brand of boot that women wore.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and like they were girls who were just old, like they were in high school when you were maybe in like 5th grade. Yeah. And they were super popular. Anyway, those were good. And like they weren't really cowboy boots. But anyway, there you go. On the right people, there's nothing like a cowboy boot. But
I think some people can pull off that Western style big time.
Yep.
Real sharp looking. And I mean, like guys, they look like they belong in cowboy boots, right? But I think you have to have a narrow foot.
Yeah, I think that my feet could pretty seamlessly slip into cowboy boots, but I think I might be a little bit too skinny to be a cowboy.
Yep, that's exactly it. You also need a calf.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yep.
And it's like you can't have too much of a calf, otherwise they don't go up.
Cowboy, right? You Fred Flintstone it. Yeah.
No stretch.
And and you have to have like you can't wear them with like khaki trousers. It has to be.
You have to fit. You have to fit the jeans. You need some nice denim. You got to have one of those nice cowboy shirts with like the thing. Yeah. Now, Racquel, it looks like we've got an update here.
We got a text back, and it's like she was holding on to this because she responded so quickly.
Yep.
So I said, lol, do you remember when dad had those cowboy boots that he always wore? Did you like them? She goes, not really. I think they're still around here somewhere. Lol, exclamation point.
I think we got to try to get these shoes or these cowboy boots rather on the show.
If you had to guess, Racquel, what size foot does your dad have?
My dad, oh man.
Like how tall is he?
My dad's like 5'11" or a little under 6 feet, I'd say. I don't want to give him the benefit of the doubt, say he's 6 feet when he's not, when we don't
I
know
think
for
it was
sure.
a 10 and a half.
Yeah, probably. I'd go with that. That seems fair. I'll find them.
What do you think? Could you fit yourself into a 10? Like Dave Kaufman, I bet wears a 10 and a half.
Oh no, Dave. I think Dave's a 14.
Oh, that's right. He's got these big weird boat feet. Oh, he's quite tall too.
I wear a 10 size shoe. And I have worn cowboy boots before.
Oh, I want to see you clomping around in Racquel's dad's cowboy boots.
I would love that. They'd go up to my waist.
They're so
spurs.
If they went up to his knee, then you could. Then I want you to recite that scene from Pretty Woman where those mean girls wouldn't let her shop.
Yeah.
Get some Daisy Dukes.
I'll wear a pair of Daisy Dukes. I'll do anything for the craft. I want to move on. This is another unusual one. I can't imagine this will take up a ton of time. Walruses. Are they the elephants of the sea?
Holy fuck, I never thought of that. Yeah.
It grossed me out. I like elephants, but I don't like walruses.
All right.
They seem slovenly. Like come on, man.
They have porn stashes.
Wow,
there's something about walruses.
Yeah, this started with a lot of affirmation from Racquel, and then Joe, you think that walrus is a slob, and then Sarah, you're coming in saying they got porno mustaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like they watch a lot of porn. They probably live with their mom,
You're saying they're the basement dwellers of the sea and not the elephants of the sea.
What do you call those men that
they're the incels of the sea.
They're the incels of the sea.
Oh,
I'd like to change my answer because I agree with them.
Wow.
Shove off, walrus.
It's hard for me to disagree with the clan here. I guess that rounds that one out. We can move on to our next topic. Now, this one is again, it's on the spicier side. Is January a sexy month or more of a cuddly month? Sarah, let's start with you.
I think so. After the holidays, you've spent a lot of time with your family. You're exhausted. You kind of just want to hibernate. I feel like January is the time where you try to pin someone down to cuddle with for the rest of the season.
All right. That was going in a direction that I was concerned about for a second. Pin someone down. Now, is it fair to say that January, and I'm sure there are studies on this, it's got to be in between January and Feb, the most depressing month of the year?
Between January 15th and February 20th. Because in March, you can feel it.
We're 1 day into the depression.
Yeah. And you want someone to cuddle with, but you have to be sexy before you have to pin someone. You have to make sure that you have to get them first.
Yeah, you have to capture them.
Grab
them and put them in your van.
And then bring them home, and then you get the cuddles.
Joe, let's go to you. It looks like you're thinking here.
Well, I think statistically, 1 week from today, January 23rd, or that Monday of every year, is statistically the most depressing day of the year, because for most of the country, or I think of United States, but north of anywhere, it's the coldest. You're getting those winter blues already. Like when is it? Will the spring ever come? Your credit card bills have just arrived from your Christmas spending, and you have just given up your resolutions. You're at your lowest for the whole year.
Wow.
The third Monday of January. So,
well, it's coming up.
Yeah. So if you can muster sex, then. But I wouldn't call it. But I don't think it's gonna be sexy.
Yeah,
sex.
but Joe, come on. There's nothing sexier than
like I better have sex,
right?
I better have sex, or else I'm not gonna feel like a human.
Wow, I like the hard lean in after you said that.
Well, because I'm sitting on a pillow, and a feather had worked its way out, and it hit me behind the knee.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, Racquel, let's go to you. Is January sexy or more cuddly? I know what I'm going with. Neither.
I was just going to say neither, James. I don't think it's for either of those. To me, January is don't touch me month. Leave me alone.
I like this.
Yeah.
This is officially Don't Touch Me Awareness Month on the At Home Show.
Hey, Do you not want to be touched in January? Well, this is it. God, I turn myself on with my voice sometimes.
No,
Anyway,
we're going to work on this. We're going
Racquel,
to make this little commercial.
yes, Joe.
It gives a whole new meaning to the term dry January. No, James, no, nothing.
I liked it. I laughed.
Yeah.
I didn't laugh hard, but I laughed.
All right, be nice. Yeah, no, I like it. It is dry January, and it should stay dry January. I don't know. I feel like January is just one of the least sexy months for sure. Like you've just spent the holidays indulging in everything. Like for me, I'm very lactose intolerant. I ate cheese like it and dairy, like everything I shouldn't have. With no, like I didn't take lactate. I didn't. So my body right now, I think, is cooling down from all of that.
Right.
No one should have to deal with sex
On
with
any
this.
level.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not. And cuddling wise, like, don't touch me. I'm still like farting.
You're farting. Yeah.
Yes, like gross. No,
You're
like,
just
leave me alone.
providing natural warmth.
Oh.
Like a walrus.
I'm like,
Call back.
yes. Yeah.
Well, we've done it again. We can move on to our next topic here. Now, this again is another interesting one. Racquel, I don't know how much you'll be able to contribute to this one. It is historical and cultural differences between Quebec and Australia.
Oh, keep me out of this. I'll be on my phone.
I mean, look, I can't say that I know a ton about Australia, but when I saw this, the only thing I could think about, and it's not necessarily a difference as much as it is a similarity, they both boast, and I mentioned this earlier, an affinity for meat pies.
That's right. There's that place on Park,
Top.
right near Montreal. Top pies.
I
Really excellent.
love
good.
that place so much.
Do you ever have the curry one?
Yes.
Real good,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Sarah, do you have a favorite there?
Steak and mushroom.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
very much like the butter chicken one, and I also love the traditional beef.
Hey, we should go there sometime.
I think that'd be great.
That'd be
Racquel,
fun.
on your next visit, you can come have meat pie with everyone.
Can't wait. Sounds like a blast.
Right.
It's somebody's birthday, though. Meat pie. Meat pie's the birthday cake.
Well, Racquel and myself share a birth date, so it sounds perfect.
Real? Oh, that's great.
September,
Yeah.
we're gonna have a meat pie.
When's your birthday, James? Have we done this before? I'm also September.
September 5th.
I'm September 27th. I'm
Ooh.
Libra.
I'm
And
October 27th.
Oh, you're not a September.
No.
James.
Let's get back into the topic
Apologize.
at hand, the historical and cultural differences between Quebec and they could not be more different.
Did they both start off as some sort of penal colony that
I
like
don't
Quebec was first inhabited by like the less desirables, and so was Australia? Am I wrong on
Well,
that?
I will say this, and I might have this incorrect. Friend of the show, Jess Files, who has Australian roots, mentioned to me that Australia has got a lot of problems with racism, and so does Quebec. But again, this is cultural differences. So
everywhere, anywhere where there's multiple.
Oh, come on, Joe! Don't take this away from Quebec.
You can have it. Look, I come from America, so don't worry about me. We got plenty.
Now,
But it
coming
just
in
strikes
from the
me
chat,
that any country that has multiple, ethnic populations is going to have difficulty with racism. People can't even get along with their own family, much less.
Yeah, that's true. Coming in from the chat, we've got from Thomas Barnwell, opposite temperatures. When it's cuddly January in Quebec, it's sultry January in Australia. So that is accurate. Sarah, how about you? Any thoughts on cultural and historical differences? I didn't think we'd have a harder time than we would with are the walruses, the elephants of the sea, but it feels like we've hit our wall here. Sarah, anything?
I don't know. I guess very different flora and fauna.
Yeah.
Different animals
animals?
is much more dangerous.
Yeah.
What is the
guess,
most dangerous animal, Sarah? What do you think the most dangerous animal in Quebec is?
Moose.
Yeah.
How many people are killed by moose a year?
Raquel,
I
can
don't
you
know.
text your mom to find out how many people in Quebec are killed per year by? No, I think
there's
it's
something
on it.
poisonous or whatever.
I think it's probably the moose. Think about
Moose.
even if there's only a handful of people that hit a moose when they're driving on roads.
Yeah, they'll kill
you.
you.
Hit a moose and it's over.
Yeah, they'll win every time.
Yep. Coming in from the chat, Lionheart Live says the roads are probably worse in Quebec. I would say the roads in Quebec are a cultural thing to boast.
They're pretty bad.
Pylons.
Yeah.
Pylons.
But you guys seem to be making this kind of Montreal centric a little bit. I don't feel like that's all over Quebec, is it?
If anything, there's more moose outside of Montreal.
I was talking about pylons and roads.
Oh.
I don't know about the rest of Quebec that much.
True.
Racquel, let's include you in this. Just
Sure.
we'll switch up a bit. Cultural differences between British Columbia and Australia.
Cultural differences. A lot of Australians move to BC.
Really?
Yeah. I've dated a lot of Australians, and in Toronto.
Whoa.
Dated.
What was it like dating an Australian as opposed to dating a British Columbian?
Well, in my experience, the Australian men I dated were very like direct and very like forward and brash, which is fine.
Can you give us an example, maybe something they would have said with your best Australian accent?
They love the word cunt. Can I say that?
Yeah, we can say that on this show.
Okay. Cunt. What else? Hold on. What can I say?
Sure you're not thinking about British?
Whistler. You want to go to Whistler, you little cunt? You want to go to Whistler, you little cunt? Let's go.
Your exes is talking to you like that, Racquel?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I liked it. No, please.
I feel like I don't want to say the word, but I feel like Lil. You want to finish it off for me, Racquel? Lil
Cunty.
Yeah, is maybe like I feel like that's a character for this show. It's like we create the lore that that character is like a beloved children's character.
Little Cunty.
Yeah.
Little
I think I like it without the Y though.
Lil cunt.
Yeah.
Lil cunt.
Yeah, Joe.
That's
why
actually
don't you
adorable.
say it too?
What?
Why don't you say it too?
Well, I was going to say something. Else, Racquel, Canada is. I teach a communication class at school, and we talk about the idea of ask culture versus tell culture. And tell culture is typically Australian, right? Why wouldn't I tell you what to do? I was in Iceland, and I was visiting some friends of mine, and they had some kids, and I was telling the kids, teach me some Icelandic words. I say, how do you say this? How do you say thank you? How do you say goodbye? And they say, how do you say please? And the kid looks at her mom, and the mom, Eva, says, we don't have the word please in Icelandic culture. They go, no one ever says please. And she goes, to be truthful, when I lived in America, I found please to be a very weak thing to ask people.
Nice.
Whoa. I would not tell you. I would not ask for something if I didn't think it was reasonable and I didn't think that you were going to accommodate me. Whoa. If I didn't think that was true, I simply wouldn't ask. And so they are completely tell culture, right? Whereas Canada is very ask culture, where in fact, even just a declarative statement has a question mark, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to the store, right? So there's this way of beating around the bush in ask culture.
Yes,
and
that I think Canadians possess.
Not to be
BC men specifically,
right?
Not to be confused with ass culture.
Different thing.
Your cue, Racquel.
How dare you?
So anyway, I really do think ask versus tell culture is super interesting, and it not only is it specific to regions, but all the way down to households, right?
Yes.
So like you can go to somebody else's household and think they're either rude or they're weird. I knew this woman I'm sorry, James, I'm going on too long, but I'm just going to finish this.
Well, I accept your apology.
Thank you. I went to this friend this woman that I knew in college named Nancy, and her mom came home and said, "Oh, Nance, I got some peaches. They're in the kitchen." So later in the day, I'm eating a peach because I'm like, oh. And the mom comes in and she goes, "Oh gosh, Joe, Nancy's going to make some pie with those peaches." And I said, "Oh, I didn't know." She goes, "You were right there when I told her." And I said, oh, I'm sorry, I ate your peach. And then I said to Nancy, I go, did your mom tell you to make a pie? She goes, yeah, you were right there. And they have such ask culture in there that you're supposed to interpret everything. That when her mom told you there were peaches in the kitchen, the interpretation is so deep that Nancy knew she was expected to make a pie.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah, and you were expected to know that,
right? Anybody who knows me knows that. What's that?
You were expected to know that.
Yeah, I was expecting, like any polite person would understand. That's why I told her about the peaches. I wasn't offered a peach, right? She was, anyway, I thought, boy, oh boy, we come from different worlds.
I will say that we've gotten a lot out of this topic, and it's good because we went off the beaten trail a little bit, and I think that's probably a good thing.
Hell yeah.
Drink
Why?
up.
You don't want to talk about cunt anymore? You think I've forgotten? I'll never forget.
Racquel, would you like closing comments?
Lil cunt.
Lil C.
Lil
Are
cunt.
you calling me one?
I'm saying like the royal.
I'll take
Lil
it. I'll
cunt,
play the
like
character.
everyone.
I will play the character.
Be Lil cunt.
I'll play the character. I got to workshop it though.
Okay. How long will it take you to workshop? I have all night. How's
everyone who comes on this show had time to think about their characters, like when you used to play my niece, and when it played that, and that person played this. I remember it all. Let's move on to our next topic. This is another fun one: crushes. Now, there are no specifications of this, whether it's celebrity crushes, past crushes, current crushes. So I want to put this out there. We're going to start doing this like multifaceted. Racquel, do you currently have any crushes?
I have tons of crushes all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have multiple crushes running at once.
Yes. Most of them are celebrities.
Because I have a very hard time having crushes. I would say I don't know. I wish it's something worth analyzing. I would say that I maybe average, and this is a high number, 1 per year.
Interesting. You should go to a doctor and make sure like your hormones and all that are fine.
Yeah, you could be right. You could be right.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm so like charged all the time, but oh man, I love having crushes. But they're very surface. They're not like I don't do anything about them.
Well, crushes don't mean, I have to date this person, right? It's just like, I feel a thing.
That's why it's like, why don't you feel a thing? Let's workshop that.
It might
forget the character.
It might mean that I'm picky. Maybe it could. I don't know.
Guarded.
What's that now,
picky,
Joe?
Picky means guarded, by the way. Picky doesn't mean picky.
That's one way to look at it.
Read him.
I read you? I didn't mean to.
Sorry. No, do
it. Joe's getting more uncomfortable by the second. Sarah, let's go to you. You currently have now Racquel is coupled. Sarah, you're coupled. Do you have any crushes that we're not asking names here?
Yeah. Oh yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, but not all the time.
It's unbelievable to me. This is unbelievable.
Not all the time, but like it doesn't take much to just be like, that's
my God,
a hot
Sarah,
person.
Wait, the door is opening behind you.
Oh, we know.
Yeah. We have one of your crushes behind the door.
Yeah. My baby.
A great moment in at-home history.
But it's like you see someone hot on the bus and you're like, that could be.
That's not a crush. But
hold on,
that's
I
just
think that could be a crush. I think that could be a crush.
Yeah,
I thought a crush is somebody that you
like,
see often enough that you almost look forward to seeing them.
I think it can be. I think it could be both.
Yeah, for me, a crush is someone that like you're attracted to, and that you tend to project qualities onto them. So you don't know this person enough to actually be like, I like you. It's just like, oh, you seem nice, and then it's like, oh, you're so nice.
Yeah.
And then it's like, this person's really hot. And then it's like, fantasize.
Agree. It's like kind of like a spectrum. Like, yes, I agree.
Joe, let's go to you. You have any current crushes? Well, it strikes me that a crush is somebody that you see often enough that you have developed. You know what I mean? You know them, and they could be like the barista at a coffee house or whatever, but I think just somebody walking by in the street that you find attractive, I personally wouldn't call that a crush.
I think that's totally fair. I do think that there's something to what Racquel mentioned, is that crushes can appear on a spectrum.
Mhm.
But Joe, wait, you haven't answered.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I just recently I got over a crush that I'd had for quite a while, as a matter of fact.
Do we know this person?
Oh no. This is an American person. And with the current person I met over the summer in Montreal, as a matter of fact. And they live in Toulouse, France now.
Okay.
Hot.
And you're getting over it. You're over it.
No, the one I'm over is over, but the one in Toulouse, I don't know. We're speaking on WhatsApp.
They're
how young?
That's fiery.
Now, there is something about the freedom of getting over a crush when you're like, oh, I'm free. That is a great feeling.
I'm done with this crush. I even picked at the scab the other day to see if I was done with it. I'm done with it. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Crushes are funny, right? They appear and they go away.
Yeah. But sometimes they can reignite.
I don't know. I feel like once I'm done with it, I'm like,
oh,
I
have full. I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm interrupting. After you.
No, it's just like you get the ick, and then it's like, oh, it's ick now.
But I think that's another thing too, right? I was going to bring this up. Sometimes you have a crush on someone, and maybe like you see them like light up a cigarette, and you're like, I'm done now.
Not me. I'm like, more, please.
Yeah, and then they call you a little C, and
then it's over.
They talk about ass culture.
Now it's a relationship.
Yeah.
We're married.
But I've definitely had moments like, oh no, I'm back in it. I'm locked in, because when I do have a crush, I feel almost defeated when it's like, oh no,
I fell for it again. Yeah.
But that is true. But I just mean, even when I develop one on someone, I'm like, oh, I am without control emotionally.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, why don't you just act on it then? Nope.
Now, is anybody aware? Is anybody here now aware of?
Getting nervous here, Joe.
A crush on them. like, do you have? Is there somebody out there that you're aware that they have a crush on you, or you suspect the crush?
Currently or recently? Currently. I think not. I will often think, I think this person has a crush on me, but then I'll find a million reasons why they don't. Not because it's like, oh, I have to diminish myself. Just makes my life easier if I walk around thinking no one is attracted to me. Right, Racquel? You get it.
Ooh. Oh, that was amazing. Yeah. Yes.
Damn.
Wait, wait. Sarah and Racquel, you don't know anybody who you think to yourself, oh, they light up when I come around, or they go out of their way to, and I'm talking about anybody. Again, like a, a service for the mail carrier, anybody. I don't know.
Not since school. I think school was a real breeding ground for that kind of thing. And
I'm gonna toss this out here. Sarah, of course, for people who don't know, you're fully ensconced in the world of improv.
Yes.
It is highly unlikely that someone does not currently have a crush on you.
Girl,
what?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Improv.
Racquel doesn't even know you, and she's hitting you with a girl. Yeah. You're over there thinking, Sarah, when did you graduate school?
2016, 17.
So 2016, like, oh, everyone has a crush on me. 2023,
no,
hold my beer.
No, lady.
I was like, where are you going with that?
We both know who has a crush on you.
On me?
Mm-hmm.
I promise.
Who has
you,
a crush
Joe,
on James? I want to know.
I'm getting nervous here. I'm getting nervous here, Joe.
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
I want to say, I do want to say this. I don't know who Joe is talking about. If we have spoken about it, if we have, I promise I don't know who he's talking about, or I don't remember. Have we talked about this, Joe? I don't remember. I will say I don't remember.
I'm not going any further. Though I will say
we will not.
That I do suspect there's somebody, I can't say it because it's too much, but there's somebody that I think has occurred.
Here's a question.
There's somebody go ahead.
Have they been a guest on this show?
No. Though I think the person, though I believe that I believe
Joe
that
is
there has been
salivating
people
right now
on this show who have crush on you. for sure. This is not the person I'm thinking of currently.
Got it. I understand.
However, there's
coming in
somebody
from
that
the-
you know. I'm just going to say this, James. There's somebody that you know in a tertiary manner, and I'll talk to you about this privately. I apologize, I just can't. You know,
Joe, how about you do this? How about you send me a text right now?
No. Put it in the group chat.
No, we're not going to put it in the group chat. And I do want to say,
right here.
I do want to say, I don't want Joe to out anyone because the name of the person who has a crush on me has been outed. Coming from Dan Fonda, he writes, it's Dale for sure. So a friend of the show who's currently,
You're right.
There it is. Currently banned from the show, Dale Bernier has a crush on me. This has been, I think, are we ready to call that this has been the best topic of the night so far?
Yes.
I'm sending you two things. I'm sending you the person who has a crush on you and the person who I believe has a crush on me.
All right.
who is a very tertiary person in
Understood.
people removed. But I think
as Joe does this, Racquel, I want to go to you. Joe's question. Do you believe that there are currently people that have a crush on you? Because, you know, there's one name that's popping into my mind right now.
Don't say it. Don't say it. No.
Talking about Big Nasty Andy Asaf.
I knew it. Okay, so I get 5 minutes to do my type 5 at the end of the show because you said it.
Yeah, you get an extra 5 minutes.
You know what? I don't think right now anybody has a crush on me, but I do. You can tell. I can tell you who I wish had a crush on me. And I have a boyfriend. I love him very much. We'll get married, et cetera, et cetera. But I want the coffee shop guy across the street from where I live. James, when you come to Toronto, I'm going to show you. We're going to walk in. This guy, he also works at the weed store next door to the coffee shop. He is so hot. He's cool looking. He's got glasses. He's so tall. He's got curly brown hair. He wears cool clothes, but I have such trouble talking to him.
Yeah.
I literally I talk like this to him, like how I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
Like I get butterflies. I just get so choked up. And especially when I'm getting weed, I look like a huge noob. I'm like, I've been
So you have a crush on a weed guy.
I always have a crush on my weed guy, famously. Yeah. I wish he had a crush on me. I don't know his name.
We don't know that. We don't know. And we know that you have not had a lot of luck in the ways of men in service. There was the home hardware hard body.
Oh my God. Don't remind me.
The what?
My apologies. Are we ready to move on to our next topic?
Fine.
Now, things are getting very sultry here. Our upcoming topic, hottest TV moms.
Oh, fun.
I'm gonna toss in Peggy Bundy from Married with Children.
Super hot.
Because I was trying to think TV moms.
You know who is strangely hot? The mom on Family Guy.
Lois.
That was kind of what I was gonna
She's got a nice figure.
Well, we've got another one in our production chat. Dave, who is working the board, has added Peggy Hill, the mom from King of the Hill.
I was gonna say Marge in those flashbacks.
Long hair Marge is
hot.
Long hair Marge.
I don't know that you guys know what a hot mom looks like.
Joe, you picked a cartoon.
No, but look at her.
Do we want to add any more to the ether here? Hot moms.
Yeah, why am I blanking on hot moms? I feel like this is my thing. I love hot moms.
Well, I grew up in an era where many, many TV shows had a dead mom. So there weren't as many moms. It was a lot of like dads raising the kids on his own sort of thing.
The mom from My Wife and Kids.
My Wife and Kids.
Y'all never watched that?
My Wife and Kids.
I remember that. My Wife and Kids.
Damn. All right.
Well, I'm sorry, Sarah.
Now wait, there's got to be one.
Yeah, I have a thing pulled up. I need to remember. I need my memory refreshed.
Does Aunt Viv count?
Well, she was a mother. Yeah, she had kids. She was a mother and an aunt.
The first Aunt Viv, not the second.
Got it. Okay. Coming in from our production chat from Dave, he writes Jill from Home Improvement. He also adds Roseanne from Roseanne.
Reba.
Oh, that's a pretty good pick.
Reba!
Yeah, that's a good
Reba.
pick. Yeah. I think that's a good pick.
Single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops. I love that show.
Joe, now it feels like you're turning your nose at a lot of these picks. You've claimed that no one knows what a hot mom is.
What?
Look, we never said that they're the hottest ladies. It's hot moms.
Reba, yeah, Reba's plenty hot, but I mean, there's got to be a hot, like a truly hot mom that we all
Okay,
know.
now what about
Exactly.
Sofia Vergara from Modern Family?
I was
Yes.
just going to suggest her. Yeah.
Even Julie Bowen is a very
Julie
attractive
Bowen.
lady. She's a beautiful woman.
Mhm.
I'm officially adding her to my crush list. Celebrity crushes, Julie Bowen. She seems fun too. She seems like a fun person. What's so funny, Racquel?
I just think it's so cute. Look at you light up and you're talking about a crush. See,
Yeah.
have that more. Bring that joy into your life.
Maybe
more.
I will. Maybe we're going to have to do the dating game show on this show, the show that we've been teasing for 3 years.
Gotta do it.
She's up there with Linda Cardellini on my crush list.
Linda Cardellini's hot. Is she a mom on
Linda
TV?
Cardellini.
Yeah, is Linda Cardellini a mom in anything?
No, well, not really.
I'm going to pivot here because we've also got hottest TV dad.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
Racquel, just breathe.
Okay.
Let the record show you just started drumming on your thighs.
Yeah,
to
I
get
have.
ready.
I am charged up again. Okay, so.
Charged up, otherwise known as
Horny.
Yeah.
So. I want to say my first introduction to hot TV dad, and he became a dad later. He was more of a hot TV uncle, John Stamos in Full House. That is a beautiful man.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Oh, I love that man. I love that man. I think Rob Lowe is very beautiful as well.
Wait. He was an uncle. He was Uncle Jesse.
Hold
He was
on, he
Uncle
had
Jesse,
twins. He
but then
did
he had
have twins in the
twins.
show.
Oh, did he later? Okay.
Yes, he did.
I'm not familiar enough. Okay, got it.
And he got harder.
Yeah, he did. He did get hotter. That is absolutely true.
Who else is
It's a
hot
funny
TV
thing,
dad?
right? Guys get to get hotter.
Easy, Joe. Sarah, let's go to you. Hot TV dads.
I think
I want you to hold that thought just for a second. This is coming in from the chat. More like John Stay Moist. Am I right?
I want to give $1 million to whoever said that.
Yeah.
Who said that?
It was the person who popped out of the frame in Sarah's apartment.
watching in the other room.
Sarah, let's go to you. Hot TV dads.
I used to think when this show premiered, Jeffrey Dean Morgan as the dad in Supernatural was really hot.
This is now a nerd show pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He was hot. He's still hot. Otherwise, I don't know. Like sitcom dads?
Yeah, well, I think
Sure.
we can start with sitcom dads and keep going. Racquel, looks like something has really caught your
Yeah.
attention.
Mr. Sheffield in The Nanny. He was like, okay, he was my second big dad crush. I was like, that's a hot man. That is a beautiful man. He has kids. Someone gets to call that man dad.
Now, Racquel, what about Tony Soprano?
Okay, here's the thing. I tried so hard to realize how is this guy getting so much women, getting so many women?
Yeah.
How is he fucking so much? Is what I meant to say. I would.
All right. All right.
Once, not consistently. I would once. I get it. Anyway, enough about me. Who else wants to?
Coming in from the chat again, this is our production chat from Dave. Racquel, he wants you to know he has been dead for a while though. James
Quite a
Gandolfini.
long time.
Joe,
Quite a
how
long
about you? Hot
Yeah.
TV dads.
Oh, how about Dexter?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
God.
yeah.
That's a handsome fella,
Michael
right?
C. Hall, he did. Yeah, he had a kid on Dexter. Yeah.
Good looking man.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I got another one. How about Luke from Gilmore
Girls?
He had the diner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've
That's a
never
handsome
seen
fella.
it. I've never seen it. Sarah, are you familiar with
Handsome fella.
Gilmore Girls? Luke?
Yeah. He's got some dad quality too. That's like
Well, I think a
wholesome.
dad should be a dad, right? Like Mr.
Yeah.
Sheffield, I don't think of him as a dad. Like if you walked around that house, you would think he was the butler and the nanny was the woman of the
Mm.
place.
Interesting.
But that's my kind of man, though. She ran the place, and he was just like, he was hot.
You seem to like service providers.
I do.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you want him to be a butler? I don't understand your fantasy.
I want to throw one in here now. This show is not traditionally a TV show, but I'm adding Dave Kaufman to the list of hot dads on TV. This episode is appearing on twitch.tv/@home with James. I'm adding who is currently flexing in our production call right now. We've got some time for one final topic, and I've truly saved the.
How about America's Dad?
Would you like to expand?
Bill Cosby.
Oh God.
That's how he was marketed in the 80s. I'm just letting you know.
America's Dad.
Yeah.
Now he's scary.
He's gonna tour again.
Oh my God. Okay, so that's real?
People love a comeback story. He'll be promoting his show live next week here on Blue Monday on At Home with James. Racquel, you'll also be on that episode.
I figured I would be.
Yeah. It also features Andy Asaf.
I want to die.
I'm concerned about this final topic. But it was sent in, and I thought, we can't leave this one out because it's the final topic. And I thought we have to save best for last. And Dave, I will say, who's teching this show, going back and forth, chime in vocally at any moment that you want to. The final topic is worst sexual positions. The worst sexual position.
I know. I've got one.
Racquel, please. I'm curious to know, you and I have a lot of similarities. I'm curious to know if we share the same worst.
Probably. I think reverse cowgirl is very hard.
Dude, that was mine. It's
really?
Nonsense.
I don't
Joe,
get
you've been
it.
having a hard time in that squat?
James made himself blush.
He loved it.
Jesus.
Now, I feel very uncomfortable asking follow-up questions.
No, answer, please.
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
give follow-up.
Yeah, Racquel, I guess just why?
Be obvious. Go ahead.
It's too hard. It's hard, and you have to be so active, and it's
a lot of work.
Tricky. It's a lot of work. Being on top is second. That's too much work. Just get behind there and do your thing is all I'm asking. But I think it goes reverse cowgirl for worst.
This is your power rankings of the worst.
Yes, girl on top for second.
Really?
I can do it, but it's too much.
It just sounds like you don't want to do any work.
Okay, fine, you got
Which
me.
is fine. Which is fine.
I'm telling you, the comparisons with the walrus are becoming more and more apparent.
Are you saying I'm an incel?
You're calling Racquel an incel walrus.
Well, I'm dressed like one. No, I don't like reverse cowgirl specifically. It's too tricky. It's too hard. It comes out all the time, and
it's awkward to get into.
Yes,
it's like climbing. It's weird.
And like, what do you do with your hands? Do you go like behind? Like, I don't.
Transitioning can be difficult. Transitioning can be difficult.
And you know what? No. I know for a fact I'm terrible at it because people, every time I've tried
your Australian boyfriends are
we're not doing this. We're not doing
it. Happening, calling you a little C.
Okay, yes, but that's cool. That's cool in that regard. No, it's just look. Now I'm all flustered because I hate reverse cowgirl and that position. Cancel that position.
You're saying that now reverse cowgirl is a part of cancel culture?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Look, I know Racquel a little bit more than Sarah, so I feel more uncomfortable. So all I'm going to say, Sarah, is this: it sounds like you agree with Racquel.
I do agree that, and like anything standing, especially like in the shower or anything like that. I'm too tall, and like it's not comfortable.
All right.
How are you?
I'm 5'8".
Oh my God.
No, I don't mean that. Oh, I felt like a perv. Ugh.
Yeah, well, there we go. It's a full circle. How about this? While we take a breath, how about some there's some in the chat. We can go to this. Someone has thrown in 69.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of over 69ing too.
Also, Racquel Naive Adventures writes, I agree with Racquel. I am lazy. So
Yeah.
that's getting imposed onto you. Thomas Barnwell writes, the most unpleasant sexual position, begging. Apparently, there's been an addendum to your height, Sarah. Apparently, you're 5'8".
Is that not what I said?
That's
She said
exactly
that.
what she said.
Oh, excuse me.
The
Excuse
weird-
me. Oh, I misread it. I take it back.
Yeah.
This says she is not 5'8".
Oh?
Well, I'm like 5'7.5".
Well, because here's the thing, Sarah.
Oh,
I do
no.
not
Oh,
think
no.
of you as a tall person.
Really?
No.
Is it
Which is
because
okay.
I conduct myself diminutively, like I'm like, don't look at me.
Well, who
I
amongst
think you
us
might
on
be-
this show doesn't? Joe, let's go to you.
Real quick, reverse cowgirl, because there's no view to speak of.
Oh,
And like I've said
You're
before,
getting a real critical look from Dave Kaufman in our production. Oh. Joe,
face.
you just
I do like a face. I like a face. And also I'm self-conscious about my feet, right? And
we
that's
talked about
that's the
earlier
other
when
view.
we were talking about cowboy boots.
interesting.
The Fred Flintstone feet, nobody needs that to look at. That's not inspiring.
Now, Dave, I want to know, would you be willing to just turn your mic on and let us know how you'd like to weigh in on this topic? It's been a very long time since Dave has been on the show. Congratulations, a new father. Dave, welcome back to the show. What do you think about worst sexual positions?
There's a lot of them.
All right. Would you like to list them?
A lot of them stink.
All right. Well, like which?
Well, you got 69. That's no good.
How come?
That's too. Your nose is in where it shouldn't be.
All right. The reviews are in. Your nose are where it should be. All right. What else?
Reverse cowgirl. That's no good.
Yeah. How come? Your nose where it shouldn't be.
Your nose ain't where it's supposed to be. I don't like missionary. That's no good.
How come?
Too much work.
All right. Yeah. What else?
I don't like lady on top. That's no good.
Okay. So what? Okay. So you mean maybe facing you?
Facing me.
How come?
Cowgirl.
Yeah.
I don't like being looked directly in the eyes.
All right. Okay. What else?
I don't like doggy style either.
How come?
It's not personal enough.
All right.
Yeah. I don't like the Eiffel Tower.
How come?
There's another guy in there. You don't want that.
All right. Well, Dave, I guess what do you like?
I like reading a nice book next to a lady.
Right. Something more intimate.
Yeah, a little bit intimate. Yeah. I like sharing your mind and not your bodily fluids.
Yeah, Racquel, what do you feel about that? Dave and you are this could not be more Republican Democrat right now.
Well, I mean, when he puts it that way, he's got a point.
Yeah.
I would like to know.
It's nice
James,
to see such a partisan discussion.
Yeah, we do it right here on At Home with James tonight. James, what's your favorite or least favorite sex position?
Well, the topic was the worst.
Yeah, the worst. What's the worst?
I think the worst, and this is not something I'm versed in whatsoever, but it's the one where the lady is like on her shoulders with her legs like flapped over, and a man is dipping himself up and down, which is also happens
like from the other way.
Yeah, just like it's almost like it's like a guy, it's like a cowboy. Yeah, it's called the Dave Kaufman.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, it's called the Dave Kaufman dip.
Yeah.
Does it happen on a couch?
Oh yeah.
Or like in front of a couch? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, it happens everywhere, Joe.
Well, that specific one though.
Well, you need something to kind of like for this. I could be a man and a man as well. For the person to kind of lean up against. Imagine like Joe, you're trying to do a handstand, but you crumble and land on your neck and shoulders.
Front side?
No, like a
yeah.
Couch. Got it.
Yeah. Well, that's been our panel tonight.
I ruined everything.
No, you didn't ruin anything, Joe. It's been a lot of really.
I ruined it.
No.
I ruined sex.
No, you didn't. No, Joe, you didn't ruin sex. Not at
No.
all.
Reverse cowgirl ruined sex.
Let's do just a quick series of goodbyes here. Sarah, any final thoughts, things you'd like to pass on to the audience who so graciously gave us these topics tonight?
No, thank you for listening, and thank you for having me, and for letting me participate. This was fun.
I love it. Well, the pleasure's been all mine. Joe, let's go to you. Final word.
Real treat. And if anybody's looking for a New Year's resolution, we were talking about it here. Work on your posture. You'll thank yourself later. Just if you want to know what good posture is, put your hands like this, and then spread them out like that. Put your hands at your side. Good posture. No, like this, James. Not like that.
I wasn't even doing it.
Kevin, the other one.
Kevin.
Tired. Like this. Like.
Yeah, I got it.
Now, Racquel.
Right as an arrow.
Racquel, so great to have you back. Real return. How do you feel tonight?
I feel amazing. I can't wait to be back next week with special guest star Bill Cosby.
Yeah,
we're gonna have
Bill
a really
Cosby.
good time.
Yeah, and
no, I had a good time.
Hey. No,
Wait, that's Fat Albert.
That was Fat Albert, which was voiced by Bill Cosby.
but that's Bill Cosby.
Close. Yeah.
Jello pudding. Put the pudding in the Jello. No.
I think that was an impersonation of Kevin Kaufman.
No, I'll see you next week, and I'll look just like him.
Racquel, let's final words from you.
Yeah, no, this was great. We talked about some great things, and I can't wait to rewatch this over and over again to make sure I didn't say anything too crazy.
No, this was a tame night for you, Racquel.
Yeah, I feel pretty. I lost the word, but yeah, I had a nice time. I can't wait.
I also had a nice time. Dave, let's go to you. Final thoughts from the control center.
It was a great show, every moment of it. And I just want to say thanks for listening or watching. And, I hope Bill Cosby burns in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself, folks. That's our show. We will be back a week from tonight. I guess it's Blue Monday. There gives us something to talk about. Also, don't forget, and if you didn't know, I'll let you know, we celebrate the 3-year anniversary of At Home with James in March. Details to follow. We announced it last week. Breaking news. 2 shows in one night. Info is to come. Until then, thanks so much for watching. For Dave, Joe, Sarah, and Racquel, I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and be well.